everybody, Forrest Outdoors here bringing you the tip of the week. We spend a lot of time behind the driver's seat of our boat, and we spend a lot of money on these graphs to make sure that we can effectively use our time on the water, find the fish, and know where we're going. Technology in these units have come a very long way, and that's a good thing and also a bad thing. It's just like iPhones with touchscreen technology. We've got it in our boat now, and that's outstanding. But something that I've learned not only driving with my phone but also with my unit is they relate. We're not going to use our phones, or we're not supposed to use our phones texting and driving or looking at our phones while driving. It's just a bad habit. The same thing goes with using these units. These boats nowadays, this is a 98, and I can go 74, 75 miles an hour in this boat. I'm hearing stories of Randy Howell's boat doing 80 and other anglers' boats doing just the same. So the fact that we can go that fast on the water is just, crazy. So being safe on the water is critical, whether it be your driving habits, your navigation habits, anything I can do to try to be a safer driver on the water, I try to do it. And that's why I'm bringing you this tip of the week. Usually on my Lowrance touchscreen, I would just have one screen when I'm going to a new spot. I'd have this screen zoomed in and zoomed out based on where I'm thinking about going. So when I'm trying to get to an area, when I'm driving, I would normally zoom in and zoom out to try to see the range on where I'm going. But with these Lowrance units, this is a Gen 2, but also on the Gen 3, you can do something pretty cool. Here I've got set up a dual screen. And with the dual screen that's split right down the middle, I can serve both purposes at the same time. I can have one that's zoomed all the way in to see what type of area that I need to go to and when I'm going to get there. The other one I've got zoomed all the way out so I know where I'm going in my map. That way, before I take off or get on plane on my boat, I've got this set up to know exactly what I'm looking for, exactly where I'm going, and I don't need to touch this screen when I'm driving my boat. That helps me be a safer driver and a more polite driver to other people on the water. Let me show you how I set up my Lowrance screen for dual mapping when I'm driving out on the water. I simply hit the pages page. I go to scroll down, and I can either add or edit. For this case, I am just going to add. I go up to the top left, I choose chart, I drag it over to the panels that I want, and I've got my first chart set up. From there, I can grab another chart, double down, and lay it there. It'll allow me to put it side by side, or I can hit this drop-down page, and I can go top to bottom. I personally like the side by side. I'll hit save, and it will pull up that menu side by side. From here, I can zoom in and zoom out on a specific area of the lake. I can control whether I'm seeing a chart option that's Navionics or Lowrance, and oftentimes I have one of each. I'll have one that's Lowrance and one that's Navionics that allows me to see different elements and different features on the lake. The other screen, I'll zoom out a little more to make sure I can see a wider range of that lake or that area, and I will once again have a different mapping set up on the screen. So when I take off on the water, I've got this set up to how I need to see. I take off on plane, and I don't have to touch this again until I get to my spot, and I change it out to see whatever graph setup that I need for that application. So this is my tip of the week. If you guys got any questions, comments, or ideas, please feel free to visit my Facebook page, my YouTube page, or go to forrestoutdoors.com. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next time on the water.